Hello students, in earlier lecture we have discussed the three chapters of unit number 4. That unit is plant physiology. We discussed the transport in plants, then mineral nutrition and then photosynthesis in higher plants. These three are the chapters that we have discussed, and we have left two chapters to discuss that will be discussed in this lecture. These two chapters are chapter number 14, that is respiration in plants, and the 15th chapter is plant growth and development. In earlier or previous lecture, we have discussed regarding transport, how the transport occurs in the plant, transport of water, minerals, nutrients, how they are transported at a higher level, or uphill transport, how it occurs. Then we discussed about different types of minerals. It is just for the information. We have not gone into the details. We have just overviewing our syllabus. So we have discussed the macro elements. Macro elements are what are the soil as a reservoir of different nutrients, minerals. So mineral nutrients were discussed, or mineral nutrition was discussed. Then we discussed the photosynthesis, very most important process on this planet Earth, that is the photosynthesis, that we have discussed in very brief. So in this lecture we will be talking about respiration. Okay, so what is respiration? So basically, as far as human beings are concerned, respiration is what? We breathe air, we breathe air, we take air inside and we exhale. We inhale and exhale. During inhalation we take oxygen inside our body, and during exhalation we exhale the CO2. Okay, so inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of CO2, that is roughly can be called as a respiration. Okay, so we all the organisms, that aerobic organisms in particular, aerobic means what? Which require oxygen for their survival or for their respiration, aerobic organisms. So we organisms breathe. Okay, so likewise, whether the plants also breathe like human beings? Yes, it is not exactly in the same way that we did, because we have these certain organs like lungs are there. Okay, different organs are there for the process of respiration. But yes, do plant also do the respiration? It is more of a cellular respiration. So plant does the cellular respiration. So that interesting facts will be studied in this topic, that is, do plant breathe? Okay, like the animals, like the human beings? So yes, that answer is yes. The cellular respiration is there in the plants. So what is cellular respiration? Basically, the cellular respiration comprises of three processes. It is first one is your glycolysis, second one is Krebs cycle, and third one is your ATS, or electron transport chain, or electron transport system. Okay, so actually what exactly the ATS is? ATS is a production of ATP from the NADH2 which is formed. Okay, that will be a latter part, but first step in respiration is your glycolysis. Glyco means what? Glucose. Lysis means what? Breakdown. Breakdown of glucose is called as glycolysis. So obviously respiration involves the production of energy, and energy is produced by breaking down the energy molecules, that is the glucose. Okay, glucose or a carbohydrate. So glycolysis is the first process that we are going to study. Then after that, what is fermentation? What is fermentation? So fermentation can be sometimes called as anaerobic respiration. So in fermentation, in the absence of oxygen, certain microorganisms like yeast is there, like lactic acid bacteria is there, particularly yeast is there, that is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. which produce the alcohol. Okay, alcohol for that is a byproduct, but it is actually a result of their anaerobic respiration. So that things will be studied. What is fermentation and its industrial significance is there. Fermentation is the very important process for production of certain pharmaceutically active compounds, like antibiotics are there, like alcohols are there, like medicines are there, certain pharmaceutical like proteins are there. So it is very important process. So how that fermentation occurs, that will be studied. Then actual process of aerobic respiration, which involves the glycolysis. It is the process which takes place in cytoplasm. Main process, that is a Krebs cycle or TCA cycle, tricarboxylic acid cycle, which takes place in specialized organelle, which is meant for the respiration purpose, that is the mitochondria. Mitochondria you might have studied, you might have learned this. Whenever I told mitochondria, immediately in your mind it comes as it is a powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse means what? You know that electricity powerhouses are there, which is used to generate the energy, which stores and provide the energy. So in the similar fashion, the mitochondria are, why these are called as powerhouse of the cell? Because they tend to produce the energy for various cellular activities, and that energy to produced in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. ATP is there, which is a biomolecule, which is a biological form of energy, that we will going to discuss. So this process, like a glycol Krebs cycle, and how through ETS the NADH2 is going to produce the ATP through the electron transport, that also being studied. Then exact from one molecules of glucose, how many molecules of ATPs are produced, that is around that is comes in the respiratory balance sheet. From one molecule of glucose, how many there are? 38 ATPs are produced, approximately 38 ATPs. Some variation might be there, because in some books it is given as from 1 NADPH to 3 ATPs are formed. In some book it is given as 2.5 ATPs are formed. So therefore there is a slight difference, but that we will get it clear while we teach that chapter in a detail. Then what is amphibolic pathway? Amphibolic pathway, actually respiration is what? Respiration is breaking down of the glucose into the simple molecules, but it is with the release of energy, means to produce the energy, that is the energy in the form of ATP. But exactly the process of respiration is only a catabolic process, is a breakdown process only, or it is an anabolic process also. So it is considered as an anabolic process also, and therefore amphi means what? Amphi means both. Okay, amphi means both. Amphibolic means what? It is a catabolic also, and sometimes it is considered as an anabolic, because some of the intermediate compound in that respiratory process can be used as a precursor molecules for the production of some other molecules. Just as an example, I will tell you, just don't take tension about the entire process, that will be discussed. For example, acetyl CoA, which is formed in the glycolysis, that can be used as to produce the fatty acids. Okay, so in this fashion it becomes anabolic process, but mainly it is a catabolic process, because glucose is getting broken down. So that things will be studied. Then what is respiratory quotient, how it is calculated, that will be studied in this chapter, in this point, that is the respiratory quotient. So overall the entire process of respiration will be studied in this chapter, that is the respiration in plants. Moving towards the 15th chapter, that is the 5th chapter of this unit, that is plant physiology. In this 5th chapter we will be dealing, or we will study the plant growth and development. What is growth? okay, that you have also seen in the living world. Okay, what is growth, how the growth is achieved, what are the different attributes of the growth. Increase in mass as well as number is considered as a growth. Okay, so increase in how the number increases, it is because of the cell division. Okay, so plant growth is achieved through the cell division. Mitosis is the process which is responsible for the growth. So what is differentiation, de-differentiation and redifferentiation? What is the difference between these three? That will be a very interesting part. It is here re-differentiation, it is de-differentiation and differentiation. So what is exactly the difference between them? That will be a very interesting part that will be studied in this point. Then overall development, how the development is, how the development of the plant occurs, what are the different phases, lag phase, log phase, stationary phase. Okay, what is sigmoid curve? That will going to be studied in this chapter, that is the plant growth and development. Then the most important point is in this chapter is different plant growth regulators. What are the different compounds which regulate the plant growth? There are certain PGR or plant growth regulators, or it is also called as or they are also called as phytohormones. Phytohormones or plant growth regulators are there which are there to control the growth of the plant. So there are auxins are there, cytokinins are there, gibberellins are there. Okay, abscisic acid is there. Okay, ethylene is there. So these are some of the plant hormones, or they are also called as phytohormones, or they are also called as plant growth regulators. So how they control the growth, how they control the cell division, what is the role of ethylene in ripening, okay, how the ethylene performs the process of ripening, what is abscisic acid, why it is having opposite action to rest of the hormones. That will be a very interesting part. So that things will be studied in the plant growth regulator. What is photoperiodism? Photoperiodism means what? In this, depending upon the day length, plants are classified as long day plants, short day plants, day neutral plants, and based on that period of the light, their flowering depends. Okay, so that thing will be studied in this photoperiodism. Vernalization, that is the actually it is related with the physiology of the flowering. So overall very interesting chapters are there in plant physiology. This plant growth and development deals with the overall growth of the plants and different factors, hormones which are related with the growth of the plant. In the 14th chapter talks about the entire process of respiration. Okay, so if we see totally 5 chapters are there: transport in plant, mineral nutrition, photosynthesis in higher plants, respiration in plants, and plant growth and development. This is about the chapter number this is about the unit number 4. Up till now we have discussed 4 units of these are from the 11th standard, and 5th unit is there. In next lecture we will discuss the 5th unit, that will cover the syllabus of NEET, of entire syllabus of NEET of 11th standard. Then we will start the units of the 12th standard. Okay, so I think hope you have enjoyed the introductory or session or the overview of these units, and if you like this video, then please share it to your friends which are preparing for NEET, which are NEET aspirants. This content is totally free and you can contact me anytime. I will be there for to solve your all the queries. So till then, hope enjoy these sessions. Thank you very much.